thinking a lot about why I'm doing this, why I'm even filming myself hiking, and ultimately my goal is to hike the Pacific Crest Trail. It's a trail that goes from California to Washington. It starts on the border between US and Canada, or US and Mexico, and goes to the US and Canada border. Anyways, I don't have any experience filming or editing or anything like that. Thought I'd give it a go one day, just editing one of my little hiking things together, and it was a lot of fun. So ultimately, I'm just kind of wanting to document my progress and get input from people on the internet. You know I suck at this, and yeah. So something that's I think is pretty cool, when this area here in the summertime, I think it's very, very overgrown, and we have a lot of invasive plant species that don't let the native plants survive and thrive. And so what they'll do is they'll bring in goats, and they'll fence this whole area off all the way down here and around. They'll fence off a huge section, and they'll just bring in like 20 goats, 30 goats, I don't even know how many, and they'll just let them go for a couple days. They'll eat all the buckthorn and all the other invasive plant species that are there, which lets sunlight and water and stuff get to more of the native plants. I always thought that's kind of cool. I haven't seen them yet. Hopefully this summer I'll get to see the goats one day. Right up here is there's a couple of swans. God, what are they talking about? Anyway, right up here is a thing for an eagle's nest. It's way bigger in person. There's no nest, she doesn't have a nest in it. Yeah, it looks like she's kind of working on one. But crazy to think that the eagle built all that. What's so cool about those swans, those two that were there were honking for like a full minute or so before the other two came in. So how did they know that they were coming? Was that what they were doing? If anybody knows anything about that, I'd be curious. My father-in-law would know all about it. He knows everything about everything in nature. Well, I'm on this paved section of trail here, but they have these lanterns all along the whole trail. Come out here at night after sundown, the stars would just be just insane. I just love these old growth oak groves and forests. Here's your earthworm fun fact of the day. In North America, here they're actually non-native. They're an invasive species, and they're like super bad for the forests. Because what they do is you have all this leaf litter here, and they're so good at eating that and breaking it down, but that's homes for frogs and spiders and all kinds of stuff, and when that stuff breaks down on its own, it's good for the roots for the trees, and the way that the earthworms burrow through the soil causes a lot of erosion. The other thing too that I've heard, the ground is really good at storing carbon. So when you have trees that lose their leaves, you have trees that die, you have that carbon sequestration. As that material breaks down, it's sequestered into the soil. Well, when the earthworms come along, they burrow through that, and when they're eating it, and I guess the way that they break it down, it releases that carbon, releases nitrogen or something. I don't know the exact process, but apparently there's like a huge amount of carbon that's released into the environment in a bad way when you have these earthworms that move in. All right, just making it back to the trailhead. Thanks for watching.